Energeticvanessa, and I'm back at it again with another freaking video for you guys. I look like somebody's auntie. My forehead itches, like these lace front glue itches. This wig gotta go. Like everything is a mess. But I had to do it. Like, yo, I feel like I have a story time, but I'm gonna let y'all know this. I had this, today is the 28th, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to be very consistent with all these videos that I provide to y'all. Like, I already told y'all, I promised to be consistent, and I fucked up so many times. So it's to a point where I'm milking the fuck out of December, okay? I'm milking the fuck out of this year before I get the fuck on next year. Because, yo, next year I already said I'm coming out with bangers and all that shit. And I said that this year too. And it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Because, girl, where the fuck you're at? Like, you're fucking liar. So now I'm trying to get my shit together and bring up bangers for y'all. Well, even if it's not bangers, it's more so, it's just a video, it's content. Because come on now, I think I'm entertaining. Like, who would not watch me? Like, who would not watch me? I'm just that girl. But let me tell y'all a story time of how, let me tell y'all a story of why I call myself the Finesser. The first beginning story of why I call myself the Finesser and how I got the name Energeticvanessa. So let's get on to this video because, girl, get your popcorn, get your tea, get whatever the fuck you want to eat. Get what the fuck, girl. Because this story right here just don't make no sense to me at all. No sense. Because it's like, how the hell I got paid and I didn't get coochie? Like, I didn't have to get coochie because I've never heard a female just be around a nigga and do all this extra shit and then never had to sleep with him or nothing. So let's get on to this video because y'all gonna just be like, huh? Like, what you talking about, Nessa? Like, what you talking about? I'm gonna put y'all on, okay? Let me put y'all on. Hold on. Because motherfuckers keep texting me. And the crazy thing is I got my iPad here, but I'm gonna be confused. Like, I'm already confused. I got distracted. I got text messages coming on. I got distracted. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but fresh out of high school. Okay, let me go back. I was working at this place called Pollo Tropical. I don't know if there's many locations outside, but I'm pretty sure there's one there's a couple in Texas, and there's some in Florida, which is like, it's basically like a Spanish restaurant or whatever the case may be. So I was working there at as a cashier. So I was a cashier or whatever, and I love the register. Like, I love drive-through or the front register, only because I get to find niggas. But I mostly loved the drive-through because it was more private. It was my own little area, right? So I'm in drive-through or whatever the case may be, right? So this fine little bald-headed, he was bald-headed, but he was a light skin, and he had like what did color his eyes? It was like hazel type stuff. It was like hazel green, right? Let's call him Bandana. I don't know why, but I'm gonna call him Bandana. Okay, so Bandana came through. He had he had a Audi. It was a white Audi. Was it a white Audi? It was either a white or black Audi. He came through the window, that case may be, and he was already flirting or whatever the case may be. So it was like, gotcha, been a target. So he was flirting or whatever, and he was talking about give him my number. And I was like, boy, get your ass on somewhere. Like, get on somewhere, okay? So the girl who was making the food in the girl line, she wasn't done with the order. So she was like, the chicken is not cooked yet or whatever the case may be. So I was like, all right, no problem. I'm just gonna park him. So I parked him. His food ended up getting done later on. So his food got done, and then she brought it over to me. She said she was gonna bring it outside. I said, no, baby, bring it to me. I ended up actually giving this man my number, right? So I wrote my number down and I gave it to him. He said he gonna hit me up. So he hit me up a couple days later. Like, he kept hit me up talking about who's this, some shit like that. And then he was like, oh, my bad. No, he said, my bad, baby, I forgot all about you. And honestly, I don't hold it to nobody. Like, once I gave my number, I didn't think in my head, like, oh, he gonna text me or anything like that. Like, I didn't give a fuck. It is what it is. Like, I gave the number, I just gave the number. You use it, you use it. You don't, you don't. It don't matter to me. So he ended up texting me, trying to, he tried to make several meetups and all that extra stuff, but it was not happening, right? So it was a day where I was out with my friend. Let's call her Sarah. So I was with Sarah. Well, I can use her real name because it don't matter. I'm not gonna use her real name. I'm gonna use her nickname. So I was with my friend named Cookie. So I was with Cookie or whatever the case may be. So we was chilling, we was hanging out or whatever. And then he ended up texting me or whatever. So I ended up parking my car at Cookie's house. So now I'm hanging out with him. We were driving around and stuff like that, right? He was talking about something, give me some lip spots. Mind you, I don't know nothing. I don't know no lips. I don't recommend this either. Because I know there is scary cases where girls meet guys and fucked up shit happens. But mind you, fresh out of high school, straight dumbass. Don't know shit. I was just looking for a good time, which is so fucking dumb. And it's not the first. I promise you, this is not the first, and it's not gonna be the last story time. When I tell you, I left with a fucking strange grown man. So we was out. So then I ended up telling him, yo, I got a couple homegirls. So I ended up calling Cookie, and I told, yo, get your ass ready to come outside. So now Cookie's involved in my bullshit, right? So we driving around or whatever, trying to find out places to go. I hear noises. But so now we at, what's this place called? Miami Subs. I don't know if y'all know, I don't know shit about Miami Subs. It's in the name, so it's probably just in Miami. I don't know, I'm kind of slow. So we hit up Miami Subs, and he ended up getting us food, and it's, we hit one of them little sex hotels. I think the one that we went to was called Aladdin or some shit. Child, we was at Aladdin. Me and Cookie started being dumb. We was eating the food that he got us. I was trying to be a little bougie bitch. I didn't want to eat the shit. Like, oh, stir fry wine. I was just, little nibble dibble. So we end up chilling with him or whatever the case may be. He got the room with the 2 floors, right? So it had the stripping pole, the jacuzzi, and all that extra, right? So me and Cookie, mind you, I've never been in those. I've heard about them, but them little Chobi tellies and all that extra shit, but I've never actually been to them. So the fact that I was actually into them now, it was like I'm just cruising this shit. I'm just looking like a kid at a candy store. I'm just cruising in that bitch. So then we ended up playing music, just dancing on the stripping pole, just being dumbass little girls, right? We ended up going to the room, and I think he was already smoking. Does he smoke? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one, but I know there was upstairs. We ended up going upstairs, right? And he kept feeling on me, touching on me and extra shit and all that extra stuff, right? And I'm just like, yo, my friend right here, you think you gonna what, trick me out my coochie, think you gonna fuck me or some shit? Right, with my friend right there? Like, no, we not fucking, we're not doing none of that, right? But he kept touching me, he kept having conversation with me and all that extra stuff, right? Yo, tell me how I find out this man got a baby. Tell me how I find out he got kids or whatever the case may be. To make matters worse, right? So we chilling or whatever the case may be. So now he about to bring us home, right? Oh yeah, I lied. I forgot something. I didn't park my car at Cookie's house. I left Cookie's house, and now I parked my car at his uncle's crib. That's what I remember. So I parked my car at his uncle's crib, and he met me at his uncle's crib. And then we drove all the way back to Cookie's house, which was nearby. I left that part out. Yeah, so back to being at the hotel. So we chilling or whatever the case may be. Everybody just capping the vibe. And mind you, those sex hotels, I say mind you a lot, but those sex hotels, you can rent them for like hours, like couple hours, like 2 hours, 4 hours, days. It all depends. Like you can get them for a couple hours, you can get them for days. It just all depends on what you're doing, how long you want to do what you got to do. So, and he was trying to big ball, trying to get them little master suites and all that extra shit, trying to show us some. And so we in the car, and he was cruising with that motherfucking Audi. Yo, that shit was smooth as fuck. So he's sitting there cruising, about to drop me off to my car, right? And I got Cookie in my seat. Cookie in the back seat, slumped, like she gone, right? So we about to get out his car or whatever the case may be. And all I know is I thought he was gonna clap me up or something like that, right? Dumbass little girl. He ended up putting $200 in my hand, and I was just like, what this for? He talking about something. I always make sure my girl's straight. I said, shit. I didn't know I applied. I didn't know I made it. I didn't know none of that. So I said, I took that money and I said, Cookie, let's go. So I got her in the car and I said, bitch, tell me how this man gave me this amount of money, right? She was like, girl, you didn't do shit. I was like, I know, that's the funny thing. I didn't do shit. And that's one thing about my girls. All my girls know, being around these men, I never had to sleep with none of them. Like, I don't know, I just never had to sleep with none of them. And I always made good bank off that. I don't know what you call those. Do you call them like escorts? Not escorts. You know, the girls plus ones. You know how girls get paid to just be a plus one, stuff like stuff like that. So I got paid just to not basically do shit. Like, I just sat there and vibe with the nigga, and I got paid. I know y'all might be thinking, like, how did you do that? Like, how did you maintain to get that far and not sleep with this man or anything like that? Honestly, I don't even know myself. I don't know how to explain it. Because the whole time he kept trying to touch me, I was just pushing away. Not even in a disrespectful way, but more so of a, like, I would ignore it. Like, he would touch me, and I would get moved up to Cookie and be like, so girl, tell me how. Like, it was just like that type of shit. Stupid as fuck. But that's how I was just trying to get motherfucker away from me, right? So the day is over, and this is not the first time. So when that first time I had chilled with him, it was with Cookie, right? The second time I chilled with him by myself, right? And it kind of got far, and it kind of didn't get far, if that makes sense. Like, this time, he was more abdomen on the touchy, feely type stuff, right? And I was vibing. He wasn't a bad guy. Like, he never forced me to do anything I didn't want to do. He was very cool. And every time we met up, he always, you know, cut a check. So, tell me how the day that it was time to go to work. So I'm at work, right? Just chilling in the drive-thru or whatever the case may be. And yeah, I would leave this detail out, but I should just put it in there as well. I had a friend, right? And let's call her Danny. Danny had, I guess, living situation issues, right? And I put her on to him, you know? Whether it was because I knew he knew people, like he had connections. So I told Danny about what was the name that I gave him? Oh, Bandana. So I gave her Bandana's connection, like, you know, and then Bandana was telling, she was up for anything. Like, Danny was a weird bitch. Like, oh no, it sounds bad, but Danny was just into anything. Like, she was just weird. Like, she was my dog, though, but she was kind of weird. So Danny ended up, they were talking about putting Danny into stripping, or whatever the case may be, and if I wanted to put on, I said, honestly, I don't knock anybody for being a stripper or anything like that. I always thought about doing that, but at the same time, I could never muster up the courage to actually do it, so I never did it. So she was gonna do it, but then I guess shit turned out differently to a point where Danny ended up sleeping with him, and I was like, oh, but she ended up getting paid. He actually put her on and paid her for this time for actually having sex with him. And I was just like, wow. And she kept doing it more and more just to get paid. And I was like, And I wasn't upset about it because I wasn't really feeling him in that way or anything like that. So I wasn't tripping off the shit. And it was just like, the red flag already was I cannot fuck somebody, have sex with somebody that had the itchy coochie with somebody. Because I don't know how YouTube feel about this shit. But I couldn't do all that knowing that he had kids. I'm not downplaying being with a guy that had kids or anything like that. But mind you, this man is in his 30s. And at that time, I was, only 18, 19? Yeah, I was 19, turning 18. So it was like, no. I was, 19 turning 18. I was 18 turning 19. What the fuck am I saying? So I wasn't really on that level right now. So it was to a point where drive-through, zoom all the way past all that extra shit, right? Drive-through. I'm working that day, and shit was cruising or whatever the case may be. I met a couple niggas. I didn't give them my number, but everybody was flirting or whatever. Hey, how you doing or whatever, right? So tell me how this man pulls up with a bunch of, some raggedy ass car. Some raggedy ass car. Come to find out, them cars that he been driving with, picking me up in, all that extra shit showing out to me, were rentals. I don't know where the fuck he get this money from. he never even gave, he took, like, one, red flag number one. When you ask a man what he do for a living and he tell you he's about anything and he's into anything, yo, girl, that boy means he's in illegal activities. He's into that illegal shit, right? So, but for some reason, it didn't red flag to me. I didn't care about it. It is what it is. He came in this little busted up old Toyota. It wasn't even Toyota. It was probably a busted up Toyota. One of them little, I think it was a busted up Toyota. One of them little box ones. So it looked like it was probably like 2005, 2008. They ain't knocking nobody that got one. That is what you is. But that car was not. It was not. It was just like literally paint scratches. Like it was. Yeah. So he came pulled up with a dirty gold Toyota, and it's like, and then there's females in the back seat. Come to find out, one of them was his BM, the baby mother. The baby's mother. And it was like, yo, you told me that, like, he was telling me all this shit, talking about some, she's batshit crazy, like, he didn't fucking stay in his BM, all that extra. I think he had like 5 kids with 5 different mothers, or like 5 kids with, what, 3 baby mothers, like 2 with the same mom, and then the rest was just, I don't know, all over the place. Even the 5 baby mamas or 4, but it was just like, damn, you just told me your BMs, all this type of shit, all talking about something. She just, you know, she lost herself and all this shit, all that and the third. But you sitting up in this car with her, right? So it's a backseat full of dogs, like fuck, like I felt like he was just doing one of them little dog fights, because it was just full of dogs in that fucking car, right? So all them damn dogs in that damn car with him, or whatever the case may be, and he sat there and he ignored the fuck out of me. He didn't say shit to me, which I expect him not to. He handed me his card, right? He paid for the food and all, right? So then he didn't say nothing to me. The other girl, Sarah, she came to me, she just about something. You seen Bandana, girl? I said, yeah, girl, I seen Bandana. He got the baby mama and the dogs all up in the car, right? Couple days later passed, Bandana texted me, talk about some, oh, I want to see you, I want to see you, I want to fuck, I want this. Like, he was just blowing my shit up. If I find messages, I promise you I'm going to put them notifications in, because I had screenshot them. They were old, but I'm going to put them in because I still got them. Just going crazy. I want to see you, I want to fuck, I want this, I want that. And I'm just sitting over here like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm trying to be funny. I said, you got money for me? He talking about I got $50. Hold on. And even if I was going to give you coochie, why would you think I would give you coochie for $50? Like, my poo-poo is too rich. Too much gold in there. Too much richness, goodness. For you to tell me that I'm giving you that and you giving me $50. I'm not saying I'm going to put a price on my coochie, but $50 not it either. Like, what the fuck? So I just said, yo, once he told me that, y'all, guess what I did? Block that ass. Block that ass. Because what the fuck you thought this was? You still fuck with your BM. You got that. It was fun for the moment, obviously, because I was out of high school. And it was like, okay, fuck it. Do what you do. Do what I did. And I had fun to a point where fun cost me. Well, fun didn't cost me shit, honestly. Oh, yeah, it did. But, you know, that's besides, not part of this story. It didn't cost me shit. So it was like, I was just like, damn, my nigga. You had a BM this whole motherfucking time. And obviously he had a BM. I knew that he had a baby mother. But it's just that all this, like, one thing about it, 2 things there. I'm not a material girl. I can care less what a man got and what a man don't got. But don't sit there and try to flex a lifestyle that you can't even keep up with, that you cannot even actually, in reality, cannot afford. So all this bank that he was giving me, come to find out, I don't think he actually had bank for his own damn self. Because it's like, where all these cars were coming from and all that extra stuff coming from. It was just a whole lot. And then you sleeping around my friend. And then I told him to go to her. He talking about something. Nah, I want you. How you stuck on the one that don't want to fuck you? Like, even to this day, Cookie talks about it, and she will always talk about something. It's just so crazy how Vanessa was able to hang out with this man, these guys, and not make, like, make bank off of it and not have to sleep with nobody. And I just brought myself into this lifestyle, and I didn't even know how did it even happen? Like, how did I even get myself out of it? But your girl have more stories. This is just a light story because there's a lot of extra shit that happened between me and this man that I could just put out right now. But I want y'all to run this shit up. Run this video up, and I'm gonna give y'all another story time about this motherfucker Bandana. Because Bandana right here, Bandana just really ain't shit. Just really ain't shit. Cause he was just getting mad at me that I didn't want to fuck with him. He was talking about some well, he was sending me a picture of this girl talking about why I got me this big booty ass bitch and I'm gonna pull up those stairs the fuck since you wanna fuck me. Like, what is all this coming from? Because we always made it, like, I'm not saying we made it clear. Maybe he was grooming me to that point, but I've never really was on to that. Because it was like, for me, age was a big deal. Like, fucking, talking, all that extra. It was a big deal. I'm only 18 going on to 19, and I'm going to talk to a grown-ass man who's in his 30s, about to turn 40. I don't know, I just didn't want to go that far. Now I don't give a fuck. It's off the crap. You're just going to be labeled sugar daddy and not boyfriend, not daddy. But you're going to be sugar daddy because you're going to pay. But, yeah. This is the story time of how I found out he had a baby mother and he was fucking my friend. Like, oh, no, that's not even the title. It's going to be how I finesse his ass and I ain't have to sleep with his ass. That's the title. Because, girl, I made bank, which I'm so mad about it because if I saved all the money that this man gave me, I would have been balling. But, big fat ass, big motherfucking fat ass, I sat there and paid for food and all the extra shit with the money, which is so sad because now it's like, boy, bring your broke ass back over here. Like, Bandana, come back. Like, I know you can't afford your lifestyle, but feed my lifestyle again because I need that. Like, I already need it back. Like, boy, give me back this coin. But y'all, this is the story time how I made bank and I didn't have to sleep with him. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and come back to my channel for more videos because, your girl's coming out with, I'm not even gonna say bangers because I'm gonna be bullshitting y'all, but I'm coming out with videos after videos after videos before December is up, and then I'm gonna come back with bangers next year because I gotta get content out because at the end of the day I want y'all to get to know me and know who I am, and I want to get to know y'all and see what y'all like and what y'all don't like and what y'all want to see and all that extra stuff because we a family at this point. Y'all finessers now. Like, once you start, whether you subscribe to my channel or not, once you click and watch these videos, you are technically a finesser because you thought I was just gonna give you free details about me and free put you on game and y'all not gonna watch me. You gotta watch me to be put on game. So it's like, watch me. But yeah, comment, like, what the fuck? Comment, like, subscribe. Be you, be true, and be finesser. See y'all later, y'all. I wanted to say this. I do not whatsoever promote anybody leaving with grown men or grown women or anything of that case, because situations could have went differently for me, but it didn't, thank the Lord. And this wasn't the first and it wasn't the last time that I actually, stepped out and, hung out with grown ass niggas to a point where I thought maybe I do like the grown men. Come to find out, there's times where grown men and grown women groom the younger side to get what they want. So I'm just happy that I was able to live on to tell my story, and it became something funny or whatever the case may be. But I'm not whatsoever promoting y'all young people or anything like that to go hang around these old people that y'all meet, because at the end of the day, whether you meet them in person or online, they can show you one way and then behind closed doors they act a whole different fucked up way. So I just wanted to add that to the video. I am not promoting anybody whatsoever to go and hang out with anybody older than their age or before their age or anything like that, because at the end of the day, just because my story came out way differently don't mean your story is going to come out the same way. So whether, just do anything that, I don't know, I'm not saying that age has to do with anything, but I ain't promoting shit. So you ain't gonna get me caught up in bullshit. All right. See y'all later.